Music is playtime for us, so just looking at different, I think vinyl shopping is so different because, we're in the age of streaming. You can go to one playlist and find a whole bunch of music that's like that. But when you go to a vinyl shop, that's just here, we've got a bunch of different stuff. The process is so different. You have to take your time, listen to everything, see what's for you, what's not for you. And I think it's just been really playful to do that. So just finding music that resonates with us, wherever it's from, but really, really having an attention and a connection to diasporic music. So if that's, what have we got? We've got Motown, we've got jungle, roots reggae, so much different stuff, yeah.
Definitely a selection of music that has influenced us, that may have been passed down to us from previous generations. And yeah, play is definitely the right word for it. It's such a tactile experience, and that kind of sense of discovery, and the whole kind of taking it out of the sleeve, put it on the record player, listening to it. Is it for me? No. But then if it's right, it feels right. It's yeah, this is going to be part of it. So yeah, that's been really cool to do that.
Residency's been really supportive because I feel if we hadn't had this opportunity, we wouldn't have been able to develop on the skills that we kind of started. It's been a bit just the tech alone of wanting to be a DJ and wanting to do the radio show was such a faff. It took us so long to do that first one. But having that tech and access to tech has been really helpful. Space as well, actual time and space to really think about what we want to do with this space and what we want to do as a musical duo and where that could go. Having Dreaming Room, that's been really helpful for me.
It's nice to be part of an opportunity or an initiative where we can just fully be ourselves and don't have to over-explain things or, walk on eggshells or, do you know what I mean, having to appease anyone. It's just you can just show up and be yourself. And for me, that's something that I really appreciate about being part of this For You Be You initiative.
I'm Sofia Yala and I'm a visual artist. I'm at New Art Exchange from August to October and this has been my space to explore and have new ideas, also for research. So I have been improving my skills, trying to print in new mediums, so screen printing, fabric mainly. I really want to create a sort of bring the nostalgic idea of home. That's why I want to print with fabric. Tried projections as well and just try different ways of presenting my work with a new narrative, but with more physical presentation, more than photographs. I have been developing my skills in terms of colors, how I can work more with that, and that's why the screen print has big impact on my process, and even how I can do that with different types of papers. But I really like to try to challenge. I have been working quite a lot with collage as well, but more than doing the collage, I want to know how I can present that in a different medium. So I think all these small different ways of printing or presenting a photograph or an image, it's what I have been trying to develop and trying to understand how to improve my practice. My theme really works with the for us by us because I really want to gather all these family stories, and that's what we're doing. We're just reuniting people from different backgrounds to this space. That's literally my work. I really try to create a bridge from my individual story or my family story and connect with other people. My practice really makes people question themselves as well and their stories. And I also see that private stories are important and are a sort of collective memory, so it really relates with other people. I never worked so close to someone that does furniture, and I never thought about how it is so important on the domestic environment and even the family environment. So it really works with my theme, working alongside Mark. I had some questions about wood, and that's something that I want to explore. So he's the best person to tell me about what sort of woods, if I can actually experiment something with that sort of material.
I'm at Collins. I'm a furniture designer, originally from here in Nottingham, but I studied 3D design, products and furniture at Northumbria University in Newcastle. I've been trying to work out where I actually sit within the industry, and I think I'm somewhere between artist and then designer. A lot of the projects that I work on are kind of quite emotive and narrative-driven things that focus on this experience, and I want to create something that somebody can experience. So when I first graduated, my graduate piece was a project called Eclawa, which was a big investigation into my own heritage, something that I hadn't actually explored before. I'd kind of been really drawn to Japanese standards of furniture design and Japanese aesthetics and European standards, but had never really stopped to think about where my own heritage might come into this. And so from that point, I started investigating all these, like kind of understanding my position within the African diaspora, what it really means to be from or to have heritage in the Caribbean, but now be living in Britain, and trying to trace that that path back to then the continent of Africa. And so then it became an opportunity for me to then tie those things into the things that I create, that I'm not just doing it because it's forms that I like, but the forms are then informed by this narrative and by these stories. This residency has been a really good opportunity for research, mostly kind of preparing myself for then the time that I'm going to spend back in the workshop creating and making the physical artifacts. So up until this point, the residency has been just a really enriching environment in which to carry out that research. It's great to be able to share a space and to be able to share this space with Sofia. I think there are a few parallels with our work, particularly with some of the materials that Sofia is starting to use in her work now, materials that I will also use. And then also with Sofia's photography and kind of capturing these sort of shots of family and community, which for this project that I'm working on at the minute is also kind of pivotal and a key feature, a key part of the investigation and the research that I'm doing at the minute.